Good morning. It is Tuesday, December 19th. I'm Vincent Famvan, and this is Always Booked Live, your daily briefing to keeping your calendar and your pipeline always booked. On today's show, we're going to break down three headlines that hit at the core of running a service business right now. First, how corporations are cashing in while small businesses wait. Second, why holiday shoppers are spending more than ever and what this means for your customer base. And third, how AI agents are starting to do work on their own. Plus, four quick hits that'll help you stay sharp and always booked. But first, your competitors just got an instant cash boost, but you won't see yours until 2026. Let's start with a headline that is shaping much of how cash players have reinvested in their business right now, a move that could affect how aggressively they compete against you. If you run a service business with less than 500 employees, here's the hard truth. The new tax law is working in favor of big corporations, but you're on the waiting list. This is according to the New York Times. Major corporations like Amazon, Walmart, and Verizon are seeing immediate tax savings from these recent reforms, but multinational giants are using retroactive tax adjustments for research, interest, capital expenses to unlock billions in cash right now in December 2025. They're using those funds to invest in new infrastructure, buy back stock, as well as shore up on cash reserves against tariff headwinds. And meanwhile, most small and mid-sized service businesses won't see this tax benefit until they file their 2026 tax return, which is still a few months away. Now, the new law does extend key provisions that benefit pass-through entities like sole proprietors. This includes a 20% deduction for qualified business income, as well as expanding SALT deduction caps up to $40,000, which is up from $10,000. But these accrue when you file taxes next year, not today. But for larger corporations, the ability to be able to immediately access this expense research and development, deduct bonus deduction appreciations at 100%, as well as adjust the carry forward or tax credit, means that they have extra liquidity right now. So what's the takeaway for small business owners? This means that if you run a salon, a coaching practice, a B2B marketing agency, or a professional services firm, if you've been waiting to upgrade your new tech stack or hire new staff, don't count on this tax windfall this month or next month. Instead, you want to focus on what you can control right now, which means tightening your cash flow, accelerating collections, and getting visibility into your pipeline. A CRM connected mobile app or something that keeps clients booking and rebooking without you chasing them becomes even more critical when big competitors have fresh cash to spend. You want to make sure that you're capturing every single dollar from your existing client base while considering using the platforms to integrate with your current CRM to create a more direct revenue channel that you completely own. That said, consumers are still spending. So let's take a look at where that money is going and how you can capture your share. For the first time in history, Americans are going to spend over $1 trillion this holiday season. Let's take a look at who's winning. So despite inflation, tariff fears, and economic uncertainty, American consumers just broke a historic barrier. And this data tells a story about where the opportunity is for service business owners. The National Retail Federation projects that holiday spending from November 1st through December 31st for this year are going to exceed over $1 trillion for the first time ever. That's a 3.7 to 4.2% increase over last year's $976 billion. But here's what matters for service business owners. This spending is really polarized. The wealthy are spending freely on premium experiences, while middle-income shoppers are hunting for deals, and they rely on buy now, pay later services. This is according to the Wall Street Journal. So two types of shoppers are really powering this holiday season. First is affluent shoppers who spend without hesitation on luxury and experiences. And then there's deal hunters who are using discount codes and financing options. So online spending alone surged with Black Friday and Cyber Monday, spending nearly $45 billion in 5 days. Adobe Analytics reported that generative AI traffic converted over 16% more often than traditional sources. This is a 1,200% year-over-year jump in AI-powered discovery. But meanwhile, buy now, pay later transactions have hit over 1 billion on Cyber Monday alone, and searches for discount codes and cashback offers spiked 21%. The flip side, the spending is driven partially by inflation and partially by rising costs and not pure volume growth. So Salesforce data showed the Black Friday pricing was up 7% year over year, while shopping volume actually fell by 1%. People are paying for fewer items. So what's the takeaway for service business owners? For a local med spa, for a fitness studio, for a restaurant owner, this is critical. Your affluent clients are still spending spending on premium services and experiences. And if you offer high-end luxury services, luxury treatments, VIP package, exclusive memberships, this is your peak season. But budget-conscious clients are looking for deals, payment flexibility, and ease of booking. If you're a coach or you're a course creator, this peak season for course launches and high-ticket offerings. If you're a B2B agency, your corporate client holiday budgets are still active. You want to use this window to close deals and jump for January projects. But the real play here, make sure that your booking experience is frictionless. When somebody finds you through an AI agent, a Google search, a social post, the question is, can they book instantly? Can they set up payment plans if they want to? Do you have a branded mobile app or a client portal where they can see their upcoming appointments, reschedule easily, and get reminded? That's where a CRM connected platform gives you an edge. But you're not just capturing the sale, you're capturing loyalty and recurring bookings that also follow. Now, on to holiday spending, which is strong, but competition is heating up and AI is starting to do more of the heavy lifting. Here's what you need to know. AI just learned to browse the web and take action on its own. Here's what it means for your business. In the race to build AI agents that work like employees, Google just unveiled a prototype that can visit websites, fill in forms, and execute tasks without a human typing a single command. And this is a preview of how client discovery and booking experiences are about to shift. So Google this month unveiled something that was called Project Mariner, and it's an experimental AI agent that's built on the latest version of Gemini that can browse websites, understand how to interact with them, as well as take actions on behalf of users. And unlike a chatbot that answers questions, Mariner is actually logging into spreadsheets, filling out order forms, making reservations, or it can even buy something all online without a user clicking anything at all. Now, the New York Times reported that Mariner is designed to be used with a human in the loop. So what that means is that it'll suggest actions, it'll let you approve them, but the intelligence is doing the heavy lifting, and the system can actually handle up to 10 tasks simultaneously and has been trained on millions of images and videos showing people how to use websites, shopping platforms, and booking tools. So Mariner is available as part of Google's new $250 a month AI Ultra subscription, and it's coming to the Gemini API and the Vertex AI for developers to build apps. Now, meanwhile, Salesforce's AI agent, which is called Agentforce, has already hit 500 million in annual recurring revenue, and it's being used by companies to be able to handle things like customer service, lead qualification, task automation. But what's the takeaway here for service business owners, and what does this mean for your business? Well, first, clients are about to expect instant autonomous bookings. If a prospect can ask an AI agent to find me an available salon spot for Friday at 2 p.m., and that agent visits your website, checks your availability, and books it all without human intervention, then you're either ahead of the curve or you're going to be losing clients who expect that type of frictionless experience. Second, this is where having a dedicated mobile app or a client portal that's owned by you becomes non-negotiable. You're not dependent on Google, you're not dependent on Salesforce or any third-party AI to actually mediate that relationship. It's a direct channel that you own. And third, if you're a B2B service firm, a consultancy, AI agents are starting to qualify leads, gather information, and set up calls before a human ever even touches the opportunity. So firms are using Agentforce, are seeing a dramatic increase in productivity because the AI is handling intake and follow-up. And for your practice, you want to make sure that your booking system is API ready and you're integrated with your CRM so that when an AI agent, whether that's Google's or OpenAI's or Anthropic's, wants to interact with your business, it can do so seamlessly. You want to own that data and own the relationship. Steakhouses just entered emergency mode. Beef prices are up at a 70-year high, and December is make or break. So with the U.S. cattle inventory at its lowest level since the 1950s, the USDA chose boneless steak has actually jumped 20% in the last year, up to $14.13 per pound. That's according to the New York Times. Now, steakhouse operators are in code red mode because they're raising menu prices before their biggest month of the year, which really risks a customer backlash. So mid-market chains like Outback Steakhouse have already seen a 40% stock decline after aggressive pricing. But upscale steakhouses actually report strong demand from affluent diners unfazed by a $40 filet mignon or a $60 filet mignon price. The takeaway for service business owners, if you're in the hospitality or food service space, suppliers are raising costs faster than you can raise menu prices. So you need to tighten your margins through yield management as well as premium upsells. For B2B service firms, you want to lock lock in vendor contracts now before Q1 costs may spike again. Retailers' seasonal hiring is down by 40% because AI and automation are actually replacing holiday temp workers. The National Retail Federation expects that retailers hired just 265,000 to 365,000 seasonal workers this year, which is down from 442,000 last year. Retailers are using AI scheduling, warehouse automation, and extended hours for existing staff instead of ramping up on seasonal hires, and job searches for seasonal positions have surged by 27%, but postings are only up 2.7%, which is a massive mismatch. For service businesses, the lesson is pretty clear. Full-time staff who are properly trained and equipped with the right technology are going to outperform part-time seasonal hires every single time. You want to invest in your core team and automate repetitive tasks. AI tools are smarter, but they still need human brains to work, and here's why that oversight matters. Companies are using advanced AI tools like Microsoft Copilot and Salesforce Agentforce, and they're discovering that raw AI capabilities isn't necessarily enough. So success requires reorganizing data, setting up guardrails, and having human reviews and refined outputs. That's according to the Wall Street Journal. Agentic AI works best when humans define the rules, monitor the results, and take course. Now, the takeaway, AI multiplies your team's output, but it doesn't replace judgment. You need to build AI oversight into your AI implementation, document your processes, then train the team to work alongside the technology, not blindly trust it. Small business confidence ticked up to 99 this month. It's not a boom, but it's not a bust either. The NFIB Small Business Optimism Index climbed from 98.2 to 99 in November of 2025. This beat economists' forecasts, according to the Wall Street Journal. The raising confidence across small business owners reflects wage growth, low unemployment, as well as resilience despite inflation and tariff uncertainty. And so the message, owners are cautiously optimistic about the economy heading into the end of the year. If you've been hesitant to invest in technology, staff, or marketing, now's the time to act before year-end tax planning window closes. That's Always Booked Live. I'm Vincent Fanvan. We're going to be back tomorrow with all of the news and ideas that keep your calendar and your client relationships always booked. If you want to see what a Vyton mobile app or a client portal could look like for your business, head over to Vyton.com. That's VYTEN.com. We'll see you tomorrow.